Go ahead and fade me out, Buzz. Go ahead and fade me out. Hey, man, say, man. Y'all know who it is, man. If you don't, if you've been living under a rock for however long you've been living under a rock, I go ahead and tell you who I am. It's your main man, Baux, a.k.a. Northside Swiss Slim, a.k.a. Mr. Appreciate You, a.k.a. Your mama like it, and somebody else's mama like it too. You have now tuned in to the greatest podcast ever, people. ever. I can't even really call it a podcast at this point. It's kind of like a show. Yeah. I be showing my black, you know what. But anyway, welcome to the Fuck Borderline Personality Disorder, but I love it. Show/podcast sponsored by 617 Music Group. Because I like it, I love it, and I own it. Country Boy Gangs, Legend X Syndicate, and the wonderful people at Bright Future Media, goddammit. Because without them, there would be no us. Bucks, how was your goddamn week, man?
Man, good, bro. Just grinding.
As usual. I mean,
as usual.
I don't think there's anything else for us to do as grown men but to grind. Hey, man, this is a podcast specifically directed for men. This is why I asked Bucks how his week was, because this is a men podcast, show, whatever you want to call it, for men by men, addressing the mental disorders that men have. Not even just the disorders, just, you know, men's perspective on life, relationships, things of that nature. And so today's show, we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, probably near and dear to Bugsy's heart, and near and dear to most men's heart. There is no co-host today. There's me, myself, and I, just like I like it. That's how my BPD likes it as well.
Baux, how was your week, bro?
Oh, man, you know, honestly, my week was cool, man. You know, my free weeks be copacetic. And the reason why I say free week, so like, let me explain what I mean by free week. So good, because I was able to cultivate that time with myself that I speak about so often. And so, you know, men, you have to, ladies too, but again, it's a male show. Men, you have to cultivate the relationship with yourself. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know what cultivation is, again, don't feel no type of way. Hey, we live in an American education system, right? But I'll go ahead and tell you what it means if for those that don't know. It basically means, you know, for those that are, what's the best way to put it? What's the lamest term way to put that, Bugs?
What's that?
Conducive.
Okay.
The word conducive for people. Just, yeah. It means, I'm trying to think of because you know me, I use big words, so I just use another big word, and they're like, okay, what the hell does that mean? Agreeable. In line with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the best way to say that, right? I keep losing my train of thought, man. My brain is everywhere. And the reason why is because this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And so we're talking about fatherhood today. People. And so I forgot what I was just saying. Y'all charge it to my head, not to my heart. We're going to keep it moving and grooving. So fatherhood. What is fatherhood? Society teaches one way, right? Your livelihood, meaning your uncles and dad, and, you know, teach you one way. But what in essence is fatherhood, right? And so I think fatherhood is different for everybody, right? It means something different for every different race, every different creed, every different person. But the essence of fatherhood, I would debate, is not different. And so we're going to touch on, you know, I feel my, you know, viewpoint on the essence of fatherhood. And so I got some questions, you know, that was sent to me because I reached out to people and said, hey, man, send me some questions as a father, from a father's perspective, that you would like to have answered, or, you know, that you've always wondered. You know, and I give my Baux opinion, my Baux diaspora, my perspective on it. You know, and Bugs is here too, and, you know, he'll chime in because he's also a father. And, you know, just kind of, you know, talk about what fatherhood means to us, and maybe it might impact and help somebody else out there that's listening. Because, hell, I was a first-time father at age 17, so, you know, I know what it means firsthand to try to figure some shit out. I ain't had no role models at fatherhood, and so I went from you know, I feel the worst father ever to now, you know, a sustainable father. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm solid right now, goddammit. And so, you know, we're going to talk about that. And so, really quick, I want to take a moment to thank all of those who are working on their mental health. And what I mean by that is, in whatever way it might be, that is sustainable though, and is that and that's healthy. We ain't talking about drinking all day. We ain't talking about putting yourself in a position where it's detrimental to your health physically, mentally, spiritually. But we talking about, you know, doing active work. It don't necessarily have to be therapy, but you actively working on making yourself better. So I just felt like I need to say that real quick. So let's get into this topic real quick, fatherhood. So first question that I was sent was, when it comes to raising a child, what is the best advice you ever received? I guess it's a two-part question. And how did you apply that to raising your children? Good question. Okay, so I'll ask it again. When it comes to raising a child, what is the best advice you ever received? So that's the first question, I guess, first part. And then the second part will be, how did you apply that to raising your children? Okay. All right. So I would probably say the best advice that I received about raising children, or best advice that I received. Let me read that again. Let me just make sure. Make sure, Bugs, you know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure. When it comes to raising a child. All right, yeah. You are not your child's friend.
For sure.
You are not your child's friend. I think there's a misconception that there's a need, not even misconception, there's a need for us to be friends with our children in order to gain their respect, their loyalty, you know, their outlook on us. And I just was taught old school, like, it's not my job to gain your respect or your honor. It's my job to raise you to where I am so you can sustain for whatever God, the ancestors have for you on your journey. So I really don't concern myself with how you feel about X, Y, and Z, because I've lived life long, and I know that emotion gonna take you down the road that's gonna do X, Y, and Z. You don't understand that yet, right? So I think that's why for me it's kind of just like, that probably is the best advice. You're not my friend. I'm not supposed to be your friend. I'm your protector. I'm your guardian. We can have friendly moments, friendly things about us. Yes, I can be your friend, but understand I'm your parent first and foremost. I'm your guardian. I'm your protector first and foremost. And so, Buzz, what would you say?
Like, I agree with what you're saying, man. Like, we can have fun, but that doesn't mean being your friend. I would say the advice for me that I got that was helpful was not to be overly controlling of our kids. Because like you said, we alphas, we want to lead and kind of dictate, and it's easy for us to micromanage because we have all the answers. We know the right decisions people should be making. But with our kids, we got to let them make their own mistakes. And if we too controlling, if we have too many rules, nothing's going to happen, but they going to rebel.
And you know, so crazy, I'm glad you said that, because that's something I'm learning.
Yeah.
Especially with my BPD, because I am so emotional. And the littlest thing triggers me. And so my sons teach me that, you know, I won't even say they teach me, they keep me disciplined.
Yeah.
Because when I want to lash out in that moment and they're there, I have to catch they're here. And so it makes me go into my techniques, the different you know, tips and tricks that I've been taught through DBT and through therapy and things of that nature, opposed to just reacting and going into that rabbit hole or becoming impulsive, right? One thing that I have identified, especially about my BPD, is I am very impulsive. That's probably, my two triggers are probably abandonment and impulsivity out of that whole list of 9. Like that, those two, like they fire like goddamn pistons in the engine. And so it's always a struggle for me to not be impulsive, to not jump off, which is, you know, like prime example. Like when I reached out to you the other day, like, hey man, we good? I just want to make sure, because I had an episode, I don't know if I, you know, said something crazy or blocked the delete. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that'd be a real thing. And so, with fatherhood, I'm learning that in order for my sons to not get what I got, in the sense that makes sense, this disorder, I have to do the reverse of what my mother did to me, and that's be impulsive. Like, my mother just, like, God rest her soul, but she acting on everything she want to do. She mad, she acting. She want to slap you, she gonna slap you. Again, right. I got slapped in the face with plates and all kind of stuff.
Pure emotion.
And so that's why I learned it from it. So, BPD it's a behavior disorder. You got to relearn stuff. And so I'm learning to relearn, to recalibrate, to reclassify.
Nothing is more of an inspiration for us getting our shit together than children.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think if I had kids, I would put this much effort. If I didn't have kids, that I would put this much effort into being better. Right? Because you become comfortable over the years with, the bullshit. It becomes a sense of normality, and it's like, that shit shouldn't be normal. Yelling, screaming all the time, not being able to talk to the person, cutting this person off and that person off. That's not normal, right? But we make it normal, and then it becomes comfortable. And so, yeah, I honestly don't think without my daughters, without my sons, that I would have changed, man. I'd probably be straight. You know what I'm saying? I was a maniac. And so
definitely.
That kind of leads into the next question I was sent. Or excuse me, we got to get into that second part. How did you apply that raising your children? I think because my sons are younger, it really doesn't apply to them yet. I'm still kind of in friend daddy mode because, again, they're only 1 and 3. And so
you get to play a lot.
Yeah, it's more playtime with them. Their sisters, however, are 16 and, finna be 20, right? And so it's more of I'm an ally, but at the same time, I'm that devil's advocate. Excuse me, I'm that devil's advocate, right? Ally, but still a devil's advocate. And so I think it's more of I'm kind of like I'm not really friend, but I am friend, right? Because I play devil's advocate all the time. Like, my oldest daughter calls me. I ain't gonna bust her out. But she has a friend that she's interested in, but this friend is interested in another young lady at the same time he's interested in her, right? And so I just flat out tell her, we don't do seconds to anybody or anything, right? That's not what she probably wanted to hear, but again, I'm not your friend. My job is to protect you from the bullshit that's supposed to come. And I know what that young man has in mind. Oh, he gonna keep playing both sides until one of y'all give him whatever he's looking for, and that's the person he gonna pick, right? And so I guess once she told him what she told him, then he picked the other chick, right? And so, it's pieces like that. I apply it that way. You gotta apply in stages. When my sons get to that age, it's gonna be applied. I also want to say this. I'm also the parent that don't believe in that sons and daughters is different. I treat them the same. My boys can't go out, just like I'm on the males about my daughters, I'm on the females about my sons even harder. Who is this? Is she a girlfriend? First off, son, you don't have girlfriends. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be, who are you? What you come around my son for? What you want? What's your intention with my son? Same energy I would give a man for my daughters, because I think that's the problem. We treat our sons like that old slave mentality that we was given when we got off them slave ships. We allowed the men to go do whatever the hell they wanted to do. The women had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the slave masters made sure that the women knew, hey, you answer to me. The males, they was out in the field doing whatever they want to. They can go to this plantation, and they was getting sold out to go play the fiddle and play this thing and go, be subservient over at this plantation and that. And so they really didn't have no responsibility but themselves. And so you transition through time, that's what's being taught right now. You look at the household right now, welfare is nothing more than a system set up to keep, think about it. If you have the father of your children in your household, we're not going to provide you with the means to feed your children. He needs to do that. But we're going to make sure y'all live in an economic food desert, for one. 2, ain't no economical jobs over here. He's also a felon because of the circumstances y'all been living in. So his only choice is to sell drugs. But then we're going to lock his ass back up. So you have no choice but to abide by rules and keep him out your household, which then also allows him not to be able to take care of his kids because of the way he was taught and the way he was brought up. He's not going to go commandeer something for himself to then be able to bring his kids over there. So there's a balance. So the same life that he has at your house, they can have it at, he's not going to do that. And so the shift, the system broke, right? And so that's how I apply it, by letting my children know, hey, man, I ain't your friend. I ain't supposed to be your friend. I'm supposed to protect you, get to where you need to go.
Give you the truth.
Give you the truth. I think that's the problem nowadays. The truth is so blurred. Like 2 + 2 means 6 nowadays to some people. Y'all let that sink in. All right, next question I was sent. What is a piece of practical advice you wish you knew sooner as a man? A piece of practical advice that you wish you knew sooner. And I wish I knew sooner. Man. That as a man, if you don't learn to control your emotions as a young man, they will control you as an old man. I probably think that's probably most practical advice, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't learn to control your emotions as a young man, they will control you as an old man. What do I mean by that? And that's in every realm. That means your sexual emotions. That means your physical, you know what I'm saying? That means your mental emotions. That means, this person cut you off in traffic. You got to control wanting to pop off. Your old lady didn't piss you off. Got to control, not breaking up with her because of, y'all not seeing eye to eye. And you think you can go find better, right? You got to learn to control, I'm about to whoop these kids because they crying for no damn reason, right? It's all control and discipline as a man. And so that's what the $1 million question has been for years. Like, what's the difference between a man and a grown-ass boy? Discipline. A man would do what a grown-ass boy does. He just disciplines himself. Trust me, when that fine-ass big, when you walk up with them bazookas and that, in his mind, he get hard. But the man understands, I might have a wife at the house, I might have kids, I might have a situation, I ain't finna jeopardize all that for 36 minutes, an hour of pleasure. You did discipline. Nah, I'd appreciate it, but I can't as much as he want to. The grown boy gonna go for it and deal with the consequences later. That's the difference. And so, I don't know. What you think, Buzz? What would you say is the best advice, practical advice you receive?
Or what I wish I would have received earlier.
Practical advice that you wish you would have received. I guess I read that wrong then, because that was advice I did receive. Let me see. What was advice I wish I received? Let me think on it. I'll let you go ahead.
I got one for you. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. It don't matter how talented you are, how smart you are, how attractive you are. Whatever your strengths are, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing because of that. You got to go work for everything. You got to
go bust your ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I would say that is probably the gospel of Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad when it comes to like anything in life, especially as men. Like, you have to. Especially if you have a family, especially in the vein of fatherhood. Because listen, let's be clear. Those children watching you, whether you think they are or not. Even those ones that might be stepchildren. You might not even have biological children with that woman. Them children are still watching you. So you're still setting some type of example whether you think that you are or not. And so that's going to eventually shape whether you're there or not. The outlook. I tell people all the time, man, there's certain things I picked up from all my mama boyfriends over the years. Some detrimental, some not. But what I'm saying is it helps shape who I am. And so when you expose your children to things like that, you got to be mindful of it. And so, yeah, that's crazy you say that. It's crazy you say that. Because that's, again, that probably sits my top 5 when it comes to, like, if I was to write like a little pamphlet or a book for men, what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? That would be in my top 5 of what to do. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. If I say now I got to double back because something I wish I was told that I didn't get told. No, that was it. Because I didn't get told that, but I wish I was told that. So I'm right. Y'all forgive me. I'm a little buzz on the tequila, but again, it's a real podcast for real men. That's what we do. Let me see. We'll do one more, man, and then, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Keep it a light day. I mean, y'all got some good questions. Okay. All right. This might be a good one. Tell me about the first moment that you felt like a good dad. I'm gonna let you answer that question, bud. First.
You want me to go first on that?
I'm gonna let you answer that first. Tell me about the first time that you felt like you were a good dad.
When I started sacrificing for him. When I stopped putting myself first. You know what I'm saying? There was plenty of time. I was saying with you, I was a dad at 17.
Okay.
And we still kids at 17 in a lot of senses. So I definitely made a lot of mistakes with my first son that I didn't make with my second and third boys.
Yeah.
And I always knew that I led with love.
Yeah.
That was from day one. So I always had potential. But when I started putting them first. Stop being selfish to myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew.
I think that's that. I would probably say that's the same for me. I would say because even I'll be honest, and transparent. I was so young with my daughters, and in that marriage, like I didn't really become mature until the tail end of it, and by that time, it was only like 2-3 years before we actually ended up getting divorced, and so my daughters really never got to see a healed version of their father. They only know the alpha disciplinarian, take care of you, but not the lovey-dovey, caring side that their brothers get, right? And so, yeah, it's yeah, it's another crazy thing that you say that. That yeah, that's something I struggle with. Okay. All right. I think for me, I struggle with feeling like that. I don't know if I feel like a good dad. I know mentally I'm a good dad, but do I feel like a good dad? Sometimes not. Just because it could be the BPD. It could be me just being in my head. I just kind of feel like there's so much stuff that I've yet to accomplish for my kids physically. And so, here's the thing. I'm old enough and wise enough to know external things don't make me better or not better. But I just kind of feel like there's some stuff in some areas that I could be better in. And so, others around me say, oh, you're a great dad, wonderful dad. But, the feeling for me, time to time. It's time to time. It's not consistent, right? Even though like I said, I know I'm a damn good father. But the feeling, I don't know if it's the BPD or what it is, but such is life. Hey man, this is Fuck the Borderline Personality Disorder podcast, but I love it. Show, whatever you want to call it. I'm in here with my man, the myth, the man, the legend, Bugsy. It's a light day today.
My guy. This is a good one.
Just wanted to keep it light and talk about something that's near and dear to our heart, and that's fatherhood. I mean, we could have went into a lot more stuff, a lot more avenues. I didn't want to get too deep, too reckless, too sentimental, just keep it light. Give a couple opinions, a couple perspectives on how we feel about fatherhood. But, we're going to conclude and close it out. Shout out to the sponsors once again, Bright Future Medias, because without them, there would be no Us, 617 Music Group, Legend X Syndicate. Shout out to the motion that I got going on, because I got a lot of it. And lastly, man, we got some stuff going on in the city, coming up in the city that's, I think they're going to be proud, Bugs. I think they're going to be proud.
Yeah, man, big things
Artists. Get your music together. I don't care if you're a rapper, singer, pop, rock, whatever you do. Get it together. I'm bringing the industry to Denver permanently. Why y'all looking around? I was serious. I'm bringing the industry to Denver permanently. Ain't gonna be no more excuse of, ain't nobody here to hear me. I can't get out of Denver. No excuse. I'm bringing the industry to Denver. And so, Bugs, Victuals, Tom Scarfo, there's a couple names that y'all gonna have to get real familiar with. New gatekeepers. You hear me say it now, because I don't want to hear no BS when it come to. All right. God bless your heart, all your parts. Hey, man, so I don't have a co-host today, but I'm going to go ahead and let the infamous Bugs give us a word for the rest of our damn week. Just what's on his heart, what's on his mind, piece of advice, influence that he would like to give y'all before I kick it. This is 30 Seconds with Bugsy the Great.
All right, I should have planned this, man. The best advice I can give you is be great this week. No excuses. Get to work. Don't be lazy. If you don't know what to do with your time, go find something to do. Go learn something. Go research something.
Yeah.
There's unlimited knowledge on YouTube. What's your passion? What's your hobby? What can you get better at? What can you improve upon? No idle time this week. Make the most of it.
Man, you better snap your goddamn fingers for that, goddamn it. Nah, but that's real talk, because especially as adults, that's a problem that we have. And as fathers, that's a problem that we have. Men, do better. Do better at acknowledging that you hurting. Physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever of the five categories you in, do better. Do better at eating well. Breakfast is not something that you pass by. Do better at making sure that you document what's in your mind every night, physically outside of your body. Get it out your mind. Do better at sipping tea to calm your nerves and your mental, aligning your chakras and your vibrations. Get better at journaling how you feel, what you think, what you dislike, and what you like. Get better at dating yourself and cultivating the relationship with you. Get better at loving you and appreciating you like the woman does when she looks at you with awe and you turn and say, what you looking at? Look at yourself. Appreciate yourself. Confirm and affirm yourself the same motherfucking way. This has been the Fuck Borderline Personality Disorder Podcast, but I love it. I am your host, Baux, a.k.a. Northside Swiss Slim, a.k.a. Mr. Appreciate You, a.k.a. Somebody Mama Like It, and it's probably yours. In here with my man Bugs. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'm going to give y'all just a little bit of this little sauce. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm just tell you about it. Fuck it. I wasn't even going to tell you. I was going to, you know what I'm saying? I was going to end on some deep shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to end on some deep little snap. Look, we got a project coming out Valentine's Day. It's called Would You Be My Valentine? I sent the pic to Buzz. I don't know if he can put it up. The cover. If he can put it up. If not, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, let's see it. But I haven't slid it up just so y'all can see, you know, just a glimpse of it. I'm going to have him mask who is executive produced by for now, because that's a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Because Denver, I'm trying to show y'all, bro, we got some shit, bro. Like, there's talent out here. And there's enough talent out here for us to you know what I'm saying, be seen. And so, I got some people coming, people. Ooh, wee. Y'all see it. So, would you like to be my Valentine's? Drop it on Valentine. It's I'm giving y'all a little heat, a little tank. little Usher, you know what I'm saying? Mixed by the infamous, wonderful Bugsy himself. And yeah, I'm on y'all ass this year. So executive produced by some heavy hitters. Bugs tell you, am I bullshitting?
Nah, man.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
It's a great project, man. It's gonna be some good shit to listen
You
to
know
for
what I'm saying?
Valentine's Day.
Hey, man, when y'all see who EP in it, y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's all right, because as long as you, hey, man, the door's open for Denver. Hear ye, come all that, man. And we're gonna leave it there. And so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play one of the little joints that's gonna be on this project as we ride out. God bless your heart and all your stinking ass parts. Drink you some goddamn water. Smoke you some good. Appreciate y'all, man. Gone.